What's going on, guys? This is Donald, the security guy. I know today is Sunday, and a lot of you guys are out relaxing or with family or friends or just enjoying the weather. I just wanted to do a follow up on something that I did yesterday, and it was talking about when I was moving around. I had to use Metro yesterday, and I did a short video on situational awareness and knowing what's around you at all times. So I just wanted to give a quick recap on situational awareness and a definition of it. So I'm going to read something from my tablet, and it clearly says situational awareness or situation awareness is the perception of environmental elements and events with respect to time or space, the comprehension of their meaning, and the projection of their future status. So I'm bringing up situational awareness today because we've had too many situations of rappers, entertainers, or just regular people, walking down the street, driving down the street, coming out of stores. Unfortunately, some have lost their lives, like this rapper that was murdered in Atlanta. His name is Little Marlowe. He was murdered while driving on the highway. We've had situations with other rappers and entertainers. So I just wanted to touch on the basics and the aspects of situational awareness to ask you a question. How many times when you walk outside to your car do you look around? How many times when you come out of the store do you look around? How many times when you're driving in your car do you actually are constantly scanning, looking around you? And I don't mean just looking at your front window and honking your horn because the person in front of you is not moving, but how many times do you constantly scan the area? Do you look behind you to make sure you're not being followed? How many times do you, when you're driving down the street, how many times do you change up your routine? Are you constantly going the same route? Are you constantly going in the same way? Or do you have what we learned in executive protection? Do you have a second and third way to get around in the event something was to happen to you? It's easy to sit there and say, well, I can go get my gun and I got my gun, but because you have a gun doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't have a bigger gun. And just because you may have a gun and you may train with your gun, somebody else may be training better with their gun. At the end of the day, there's a model or a quote out there basically saying that right now in the world, somebody is training to kill you. In the world that we live in today, right now, somebody's training to cause harm to you, whether intentionally or unintentionally. Crime is something that migrates. So we're used to seeing crime in the urban communities, in certain areas. But what we don't see that crime is ticking up in every community. Black, white, Latino, crime is ticking up, affluent and in the urban areas. We know about the urban areas, but crime is ticking up in the affluent areas too. So that one day that you're walking out of the grocery store with your daughter or your son or your newborn baby, or you're putting more focus on your dog, is when the opportunity arises for somebody to unintentional see an opportunity and obviously turned into an intentional, obviously criminal act. So this basically is touching on situational awareness and basically asking you a question about your own situational awareness and things to basically get you to analyze and to look at your own self. At the end of the day, you are basically your own security. Our problem is we want to run and call 911, but how many times have you saw on the media that 911 is overwhelmed? 911 can't get to every call, and usually by the time 911 gets to you, it's usually too late. The criminal act has already happened, or God forbid, something as serious as a killing or a murder has already happened. So these videos are really for not just my benefit, it's just that it's for everyone's benefit to make sure that you start looking at your own security program. And you may say, well, I thought security programs and security protocols, I thought that was just only if I have a security guard or if I have a security services. No. Your own security program, you write your own security program. Because at the end of the day, security begins with you. When you wake up in the morning, even before you go to bed at night, did you check your doors? Did you check your windows? Did you make sure that your car is locked? Did you leave anything out in your car? You don't want to give criminals the opportunity to target you. If they're walking down the street and they see stuff in your car, if you're throwing out trash and they see you throw out your 90-inch TV box, whatever, or if you're driving down the street and a criminal sees that you're not paying attention, they're going to take advantage of that situation. It's no different than riding the train or riding the bus and not having an idea at all times of what's going on around you. So this video on a Sunday, when I know you're out enjoying your family and friends, is just really touching on getting you used to practicing and getting used to evaluating your own situational awareness, because at the end of the day, you are your own security. With that being said, have a great Sunday. I look forward to sharing more tidbits with you later. Thank you.